What is going on, guys? DemonAsylum here. I'm bringing you all a new Borderlands 2 video in which I'm going to be giving you all some information as well as a little breakdown of the skill tree for the new and upcoming Borderlands 2 character Krieg the Psycho. But before I get into that, I want to clarify something to you all about the last video that I posted prior to this one last Monday. In that video, I told you all I was going to start doing daily uploads, meaning one video a day on this channel, and I told you that was going to start on last Tuesday, April 23rd. That was a major miscommunication on my part. I meant to tell you all that they were going to start today, Tuesday, April 30th. I apologize. I didn't actually notice the error in the video of me saying the wrong date until like a day or two later when someone posted a comment asking me, where the daily upload was. And then I went back to the video and I saw that I had said the wrong date and I felt like a retard, but the video was already at like 1.5k views, so I wasn't going to delete it and re-upload it. Instead, I made sure that I personally replied to every single comment of someone asking about it or just making a comment about it. For those of you who obviously didn't post a comment, now you know what the situation was. I apologize. That was a major miscommunication, and you guys were all majorly misinformed. But now you know, starting today, the 30th of April, there's going to be one video uploaded to this channel every single day, and, so now you guys know what's going on. So, on to what this video was really about, though. I'm going to be telling you guys a couple skills from the skill tree of the new character, Krieg. I'm going to be telling you guys probably a couple skills from each portion of the skill tree. Like every other character, there's 3 portions. But before I even get into what those are, the action skill of this character, for those of you who don't know, is Buzzsack's Rampage. And during Buzzsack's Rampage, your movement speed is increased, and when you kill an enemy in or during Buzzsack's Rampage, it instantly refills your health, and taking damage during it accelerates cooldown recharge. You can also throw the actual axe, and when you do, there's a melee damage increase of plus 500%, and the cooldown for it is 120 seconds. So on to the actual skill tree here. There is 3 portions of the skill tree, like every other character. There's one on the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. Traditionally, with the characters, the one on the left is more defensive, the one in the middle is kind of neutral. It can go both ways depending on the character and what it's about, and the one on the right is usually more aggressive, and that still stays the same with this character. The portion on the left is called Bloodlust, the one in the middle is called Mania, and the one on the right is called Hellborn. And I will have all the information about this skill tree either in the description, or a link in the description will take you and show you all the information, giving you a description of every single skill, the skill tree in general, etc., etc. So let's hop right into the first portion of the skill tree, though, Bloodlust. I'll just explain a couple of these skills to you guys. The very first skill in the Bloodlust portion of the skill tree is Blood-Filled Guns. It says, magazine size of all weapons increased for each stack of Bloodlust. Dealing damage to an enemy adds a stack of Bloodlust. Stacks decay after a few seconds if you haven't dealt damage. Magazine size per stack is plus 2.5%. Max Bloodlust stacks is 100. So pretty much with this skill, you can increase your magazine size of all weapons based on how many blood stacks you have. Every single blood stack with this skill gives you plus 2.5% more magazine size, and you can get a max blood stack amount of 100. So pretty much the most you can get potentially with this skill is a plus 250% increase in your magazine size for all weapons. The last skill in this portion of the skill tree is Bloodsplosion. Killing an enemy causes them to explode with an elemental nova matching the element of the damage that killed it. In parentheses, non-elemental damage will cause an explosive nova. Nova damage increased for each stack of Bloodlust. Any overkill damage is also added to damage caused by an elemental nova. Damage per stack added to nova, 5%. So pretty much this is, this could get a little bit complicated. It's probably kind of hard to understand with me just reading it to you, or even if you were reading it through text. But pretty much the gist of it is that when you kill an enemy, based on how it was killed, as far as what elemental it was killed by, it will pretty much blast a nova out of the enemy, and depending on what elemental it was, will decide, what kind of nova it is, as well as with your blood stacks, your bloodlust stacks amount, sorry, those will also change like how strong the actual nova is depending on how many bloodlust stacks you have. So the potential damage for it is very great, though. On to the second portion of the skill tree in the middle, Mania. The first skill is Empty the Rage. Melee damage increased, additional bonus damage if your shield is down or when your magazine is empty. Melee damage plus 20, shield/magazine bonus plus 50%. So this is obviously pretty straightforward. With the skill, your melee damage is increased, and like a lot of other skills, you get an additional bonus for what the skill is giving if your shield is down or if your health is down or if your magazine is empty. In this case, if your shield is down or if your magazine is empty, you get an additional bonus. The last skill in this portion of the skill tree is called Release the Beast. Activating Buzzsack's Rampage when at or below 33% of your max health remaining instantly refills your health and transforms you into a badass psycho mutant. You deal increased melee damage and receive significant damage reduction for the duration of the rampage. When you return to normal, your Buzzsack's Rampage is instantly recharged. There is an exclamation mark next to the health bar when below 33%. Melee damage plus 100% and damage reduction plus 50%. So obviously this skill sounds badass as hell. Pretty much like it says, if your health gets below 33% of your max health, it gets below that mark, there'll be an exclamation mark and you can use your Buzzsack's Rampage and you'll turn into a badass psycho mutant, and then you'll get all these bonuses such as increased melee damage and significant damage reduction. And then when it's over, you even get a totally recharged Buzzsack's Rampage back. So your action skill is totally recharged after you come out of it. On to the third portion of the skill tree on the right, Hellborn. The first skill is called Burn Baby Burn. Burn damage increased. Effects further increase while you're on fire. Chance to light yourself on fire when igniting an enemy. Burn damage plus 35%, additional on fire bonus plus 75%, and ignite self chance plus 35%. So this whole portion of the skill tree, Hellborn, is a lot to do with fire, being on fire, dealing fire damage. Everything kind of puzzle pieces together around all of these things and around all of each other, all the skills. This one in particular being the first one, it's very straightforward. Your burn damage is increased from this skill, and effects will further with your burn damage if you're on fire yourself. This skill also, of course, gives you a chance to light yourself on fire, do burn damage, and the additional potential of plus 75% burn damage if you're on fire. The last skill in this portion of the skill tree is called Raving or Raving Retribution. My apologies if I pronounce it wrong. While you are on fire, taking damage from enemies will spawn homing balls of fire that seek out the attacker and explode on impact. Fireballs only trigger once per second. So again, another badass sounding skill. This is the last one in this portion of the skill tree. While you're on fire, like it says, when you're taking damage from enemies while on fire, homing balls of fire will seek out the attacker and will explode on impact. So again, just like the first skill, the last one kind of, sinks right in there too. You get bonuses for being on fire, and all the other skills in this skill tree, or not this skill tree in general, but this portion of the skill tree, all of these skills in this portion have to do with being on fire and self-igniting and doing burn damage and all these other crazy bonuses too. So this is probably the one that I'm most interested in and the one that seems most unique and that kind of all fits together the best. But those are just a couple skills from each portion of the skill tree, and from the whole skill tree itself. Again, I will have all of the information about the whole skill tree in the description of every single skill in the description, or there will be at least a link to all of that stuff. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. I apologize again for the misinforming and miscommunication in my last video last Monday. But from now on, there will be one video a day posted on this channel for you guys, so that's something for you to look forward to. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for many more Borderlands 2 videos to come. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.